Sorry about that.
Okay.
A lot of equipment back here to turn on and off.
So normally this is not how we start off Chamber Perk Wednesday, but this is a little bit different because we are live at Thrive Drumming here in Waterbury with this week's Chamber Perk of the Week. We're here with the owner, Tom Snyder of Thrive Drumming, and the Chamber Perk this week is going to be a buy one, get one free half-hour session with Tom learning how to play the drums. And it's recommended for anyone 5 years and older. So Tom, what made you decide to learn to play the drums? Out of all the instruments in the world, why the drums?
I was inspired as a young child with parade drummers.
Okay.
And when I was taking the parades, it just fascinated me. And my parents knew that I loved it, and they encouraged me. And my mom would always call me downstairs when Buddy Rich was on the Tonight Show. All right. So there were just some early influences, and I think I started around 10 years old, but okay. I believe I actually got started before that, sitting on top of my mom's washing machine, playing it like a cajon.
So playing with pots and pans,
yes.
Like every other kid has been known to do. Anything that you can beat on.
Right.
Anything that'll make music or hold a beat, right?
True.
So how long have you been a musician?
So if I started, with lessons at 10, I have been playing and performing, since then, 47 years now. Wow. And probably playing, I would say professionally, semi-professionally, since my mid-20s.
Okay. And so semi-professionally, professionally, where has drumming taken you? Like, where are some of the places you've played, or who have you played with?
Well, early on, when I was in my studies at college, just coming out, I did some performing in New York City with a band. We recorded a demo, which kind of has become an underground kind of sensation. The band was called Kablamachunk. And fun name. And we played CBGB's, the Cat Club, Bitter End. So there was a lot of that. I also had a very strong classical background. I have a master's degree in classical percussion. Oh, okay. That kind of took me, I did one classical recording that we played at Princeton University. Right. That was recorded. And I also around that time did some touring with a couple Broadway shows. I did the original Broadway cast tour in Europe, in Germany, so it's taken me there.
For what show?
Chorus Line.
Oh, okay.
Chorus Line.
All right.
And then I would say, since my late 20s, and up through now, I did a ton of musical theater on Long Island where I lived. And when I moved to Connecticut, I started playing with a lot of blues bands. Played with a band here in Connecticut for a number of years in the early 2000s called Another Mule. And so since then, I've been playing mostly with local bands here in Connecticut. I currently play with an original band called the Blameless Project. And I play with another band we just regrouped called the Generators. Okay. And both of them are a lot of fun. Awesome, awesome. Yeah. So a lot of musical expertise. How long have you been teaching? Again, since my early 20s. Okay. I was a graduate assistant at Stony Brook, so I did teach as a master's student. I was teaching undergraduates, and I taught in some local stores during that time. And I've continued to teach either through a store or privately, and I wanted to do this on my own, and also finding a place for me to practice. So I wanted to combine the both of having a room to practice and offering drum lessons. The best of both worlds. Yes, essentially. Awesome. So, what are some of you talk about teaching?
you obviously have this space here. Do you do it just in person, or because of COVID and everything, have you been able to figure a way to go virtual as well?
Yes, that was definitely an issue at that time, and that's actually when I opened this business.
Oh, really?
Yeah, right, March of 2020.
Oh, okay.
So I had to figure out a way quickly. So I do have a setup here that enables me to teach through Zoom. I have cameras, I have internet access, I have my mixers, you know, all the technical stuff you need, the USB interfaces, and it works nicely.
Excellent.
I would teach from here in this setup, or if you come up live, I would teach over here. Because sometimes this for a young student can be a little intimidating, so we move over here to the smaller kids.
Especially if they're 5 or 6 years old, you might get lost in all the hi-hats.
Yeah, this is my little
drums and thing.
my little.
So, talking about learning how to play the instruments, what are some of the benefits of learning to play any musical instrument, but also the drums? I mean, you could pick up any type of instrument. I'm sure that there's a lot of different things that all seem to blend together when you play an instrument, but what are some of the benefits of just learning how to play the music in general, but the drums as well?
Well, I think even if you decide that this is not for you as a career, that it can become a lifelong passion. And adults are known to maybe have stopped when they have families and then pick it up again, and so it can be something you enjoy for a lifetime. It's one of the few things you can do, I think, throughout your life. And there's studies that have proven that reading music, playing with people in an ensemble will help you in your studies. Can help things like math, and it looks great on resumes if you're going to
college applications if you decide to do that.
Yes.
And it's the original hand-eye coordination trainer.
Absolutely.
Long before video games, kids.
Yes.
This is where you pick up hand-eye coordination. Even foot coordination, because not only are you using your hands to drum, but you got to use your feet as well.
Absolutely, yeah.
To play the kick drum or any other, or the hi-hats, you got to still know how to make everything move. So
yes, sometimes they land together, sometimes they land opposite, and that's what we work on.
That's awesome.
And that's what I watch and help people improve and grow.
Yeah. So, with all the students that have come through here, what's been your longest tenured student? Like, what's the average? How long do they stay with it?
I recently had, I like teaching adults too, as well as younger students. And I recently had an adult that was with me up till COVID for almost 6 years.
Oh, wow.
And I understand he's coming back.
Awesome.
And I had some students prior that, 2-3 years.
Yep.
Some of them have gone on to be a music major.
Okay.
When I was teaching on Long Island, I had students that were preparing for NISMA Souls, which is a state competition, and usually high schools. Connecticut has something similar too.
Oh, okay.
So I would help them prepare for their soul that they would play for a state level, to get into like a state wind ensemble, things like that. So some will stay for years. Yep. And others, they find another passion, but I think this carries on through everything, and hopefully it will leave a lasting impression.
Awesome.
Yes.
Cool. So, this week's Chamber Perk of the Week, Thrive Drumming, here with Tom Snyder here in Waterbury. To get a hold of him, you can go onto his website, which is thrivedrumming.com, or you can call him at 860-471-9241 and get in contact with him to set up the buy one get one free drumming lessons. You can also go to the Chamber website, click on the Chamber Perk banner that is on our main page. You can also click on the link that we have put in the description below in this video. And Tom, thank you so much for being a Chamber member, but also giving us a nice little minute and a half concert. And really kicking off our Chamber Perk this week. Maybe we'll have you be our Doc Severinsen.
That would be wonderful.
We might need a new theme song for Chamber Perk. Okay. So we'll come and see you.
Terrific. Right? Thank you very much.
Awesome. Chris. Thanks for having us out here. And again, anytime. Contact Tom. Believe me, I did drums when I was a little kid in elementary school. I got no rhythm, but I did have a blast when I did it in elementary school. So even if you're looking to pick up a new hobby, contact Tom. I'm sure he'll teach you all the ropes, and if anything, you'll have some lasting memories of learning how to play, and maybe you'll get some more rhythm. God knows I could use some. So Again, Chamber Perk, Thrive Drumming, Tom Snyder, give them a call. Thanks, everybody.